What's up, everybody? In Texas right now, it's like the movie The Day After Tomorrow. There's food shortages in the supermarket. The roads are unsafe to drive because of the snow. Um, there's no water in my apartment, so showering, washing face, all that is out right now. Some of my friends that live in other apartment complexes, they said pipes were bursting because the apartments and the buildings here in Texas are not used to these freezing cold temperatures. And what is not helping is the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott. He's saying this is all because of wind turbines and the Green New Deal. And that's all a big lie. He's an idiot. I don't know why he would even say that. He should have just checked with ERCOT. ERCOT is the Electric Reliability Council of Texas. They said that renewable energy is less than a fourth of where Texas gets its energy. Texas, 3/4 of Texas energy is natural gas and coal plants. So I think they said natural gas was like 47% and the coal plants were about like 31%. Overall, this wide spread of disinformation by our top leaders, Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, our Senator Ted Cruz. That idiot just left us. He didn't even stay. As we saw in the news today, he went to Cancun with his family while people are starving, people are dying. It's just complete chaos everywhere. And yet, what does that idiot decide to do? Lion Ted decides to go on vacation with his family. We'll remember that in the next election year. We'll remember that, Ted Cruz. So don't be surprised if you lose your Senate seat in the next election. But back to today's story. Basically, ERCOT said that the natural gas and the coal plants, their instruments were freezing because of these once in a century cold weather. But the big reason why this is happening is because Texas is the only state inside the 48 states, excluding Alaska and Hawaii, where we have our own electrical grid. The states on the West Coast, they're all connected through a West Coast interconnected grid. The states on the East Coast, they're all connected through an Eastern Coast electrical grid. And what is even more frustrating is who in their right mind thinks it's a good idea to be independent on their own electrical grid? Basically, a shared electrical grid means is that, hey, Arizona, we have a power shortage. Well, guess what? Utah and Nevada, we're going to send you energy over to your state. That way, everyone can still have power. That's what a interconnected electrical grid does. With Texas, however, with ERCOT, basically, when everything breaks and goes out, we're screwed. We can't get power from the East Coast states. We can't get power from the West Coast states. It's complete dumb. Why would you privatize your electrical grid? Why would you make it so where you put all your eggs in one basket? Literally, if one thing fails, everyone is screwed. And as we saw in the news this week, people are dying just to stay warm in their homes. There was a woman and her daughter died because they got carbon monoxide poisoning by leaving the car on inside their garage, which is very dangerous and very sad too. There are homeless people that are freezing to death in the streets. And yet our governor is lying to the entire country on Fox News, saying it's the Green New Deal, it's all AOC's fault. What an idiot. She's not even in the state of Texas. She represents New York, dumbass. Why would you even put her name in this whole mess? And then also, why would you say it's renewable energy, dummy? If you would have just spoke with the top leaders at ERCOT, they would have told you that it was the natural gas and the coal plants, their instruments freezing because of this cold weather. What you should have done is you should have never privatized the electrical grid. Granted, that was done way before you were in office, but while you were in office, you said, you know what, we need to connect to the rest of the country's electrical grid. That way, this wouldn't happen. Or if at the very least, modernize our electrical grid. That way it can withstand freezing temperatures. Just how like in the East Coast, they always deal with this freezing cold weather every single year. And you don't see this end of the world type situation with New York or Connecticut or states in the East Coast every year. But Texas, We go through this weather, and all of a sudden it's the end of the world. So it was very disappointing with Governor Greg Abbott. He's a complete idiot. I hope next election cycle everyone remembers this moment. The same with Ted Cruz. That coward backstabbed everybody by running away to Mexico during this power outage and this freezing cold temperatures. At this moment, we don't know when the water is going to be turned back on. Luckily, I still have power in my apartment. I feel sad for some of my other coworkers. They don't have power in their homes. They don't know what's going to happen. Their food's getting spoiled. There's food shortages in the grocery stores. It's just complete chaos everywhere. And then some of my other friends that are staying in hotels, even the hotels are having rolling blackouts where there's no hot water in their hotels. There's no, the heater's not working in their hotel. There's no power. It's complete chaos. A lot of restaurants are closed. So people that didn't go grocery shopping before Sunday of this past weekend are starving. Luckily, I saw the forecast last week, so I was like, might as well stock up on food. But the thing is, when I run out of food, what's going to happen next? Is it going to be like the movie The Revenant? I'm going to have to go outside and go hunting for my food? Like, what's going to happen? Luckily, I have plenty of water to last me through the end of March, or through the end of February into March, so I'm not concerned about that. Well, my main concern is food, but I still have food to last me a few more days, so we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But just overall, Greg Abbott, you're an idiot and a failure, and I hope deeply you lose your next election year because this is beyond ridiculous. Stop spreading lies in the media. Be honest with the American people. When you go on a national news network like Fox News, tell the truth. All right, it was natural gas and coal plants are the reason why Texans are suffering right now and without power. Okay, it's not because of the Green New Deal, which doesn't even exist yet, idiot. How could you blame something that doesn't even exist yet? And it's not all these left-wing Democrats' fault for this. All right, you're the governor of Texas. This is your fault, you idiot. Fix it. So that's just my thoughts on right now the situation. The past few days I've been having to sleep with like multiple sweaters and long sleeve shirts and pajama pants and socks. And as you can tell, I'm wrapped in a blanket and a beanie every day. And on top of that, I still have to work from home. And it's just been a disaster. It's been complete chaos. Will this freezing cold weather end? Hopefully by, today's Thursday, February 18th. Hopefully by Sunday it goes back to normal. But who knows? What I'm more concerned is the people that are completely without power. That one is just complete chaos, and I would be paranoid if that were to happen to me, where the power would go out. Luckily, I still have power, but what I'm upset about is there's no running water. So brushing teeth, showering, washing your face, that all went out the window, unless I use my water bottles that I have in my fridge. But then if I run out of water, then that causes another problem. Overall, it's complete chaos. Whose fault is this for the Texas power disaster? It's Greg Abbott's fault, it's Ted Cruz's fault, and it's ERCOT's fault. And it's also all the politicians that voted to privatize Texas electrical grid back in the 80s. That was complete stupidity. You never put all your eggs in one basket, and that's what these idiots did by privatizing the Texas electrical grid. Hopefully, this situation causes congressmen and senators in Texas to vote to get rid of ERCOT, the Electric Reliability Council of Texas, completely get rid of them and either join the West Coast Interconnected Electrical Grid or the East Coast Interconnected Electrical Grid. No Texan should ever have to suffer through this ever again in our lifetime. Just moving forward, I hope the leaders in Congress learn, and Texas primarily learn from this, and I hope next time they're actually honest when they're on TV and they don't continue to spread all these BS lies. But we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if Greg Abbott, the governor, and Ted Cruz go on Fox News and lie again to our faces later tonight or this weekend. All we ask is honesty, and we ask for you guys to be competent, and you guys to just tell the truth. Stop lying to protect your donors. All right, protect your constituents. Put your voters first before your donors. And I did not vote for Greg Abbott or Ted Cruz, so I just want to throw that out there. But for the people that did vote for them, remember this moment the next year, the next election cycle, because the Texans that are going through this, we will not forget this Greg Abbott. We will not forget this Ted Cruz on the next election cycle. So to everyone, be safe, stay warm. Try to get food if you can in one way or another. Right now it's chaos because DoorDash and Uber Eats aren't even delivering because of the cold. And a lot of places aren't even delivering food because of the same thing, the cold. But hopefully it gets better. But we'll see. If you like the video, hit the like button. Let me know in the comment section below, who do you think is responsible for this energy crisis in Texas? If you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And as always, be safe and peace.